Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Aina binti Rosli. My matrix number is 2022-645394. I am from class CFAP 1266A. So today I am going to present for you the approximate estimating in construction. I will start with the introduction. An approximate estimate is a preliminary calculation to determine the probable cost of a project before detailed designs or specifications are available. This type of estimating is important in the construction industry because it helps client and developer make quick decisions, plan budget, and check if the project is affordable. It also helps in comparing design options and preparing for the next steps in project planning. Next, we will move to the method of approximate estimating. In approximate estimating, we have four methods, which is unit method, floor area method, cubic method, and lastly, the story enclosure method. The first one is unit method. This method calculates costs based on one unit, such as per houses or per room. It is suitable for repetitive buildings like housing scheme. It is worked by multiply the number of units by cost per unit. For the example, we have 10 houses times by 2,000 ringgit per unit, so the estimate cost will be 2 million ringgit. Next, we have floor area method. This method is estimate cost using the total floor area of the building. This method is suitable for early stage estimates when only floor layout is known. It is worked by multiply floor area by cost per square meter. For the example of we have floor area with 150 meter square. So we multiply by the 1,500 ringgit cost per meter square. So we got the estimate cost will be 225,000 ringgit. For the third method of approximate estimating is cubic method. This is use the volume of the building, such as length times by width times by height for the cost calculation. This method is suitable for multi-story building or for the high-rise building. It is worked by multiply total volume by cost per cubic meter. For the example, we have volume of the area is 10 meter times 12 meter times 3 meter. So we got 360 meter cube. So the total volume 360 meter cube, we multiply by the cost per cubic meter, which is 500 ringgit. So the estimate total cost will be 180,000 ringgit. For the last method of approximate estimating, we have story enclosure method. This method is estimates based on the total enclosed volume considering each story. It is suitable for projects with multiple level or complex design. It is worked by multiply story height and times floor area times rate. For the example, we have 2 story multiplied by 3 meter high by each story and multiplied by floor area, which is 100 meter square. So we got the volume area, volume total is 600 meter cube. And then we calculate the 600 meter cube. We multiply by the 550 ringgit for the rate. So we got the estimate total cost will be 3,000 and 330,000 ringgit. Next, we have advantages and limitation of approximate estimating method. For the first one, unit method, we have advantages for this method is it is very quick and easy to use, and it is also suitable for repetitive projects like housing. For the limitation, this unit method is not accurate for unique complex building, and it doesn't consider variation in size or materials. Next, the advantages and limitation for the floor area method. The advantages is this method is useful at early stage when only layout is available, and it is also simple and widely used in this construction industry. The limitation for this method is it may be inaccurate if the building shape or design is unusual and it doesn't consider building height or volume. The third one is cubic method. The advantages of the cubic method is it is more accurate than the floor area method as it includes the height of the area. And then this cubic method also good for multi-story or high-rise building. The limitation for this cubic method is it requires knowledge of building height and shape, and it is also can be complex if building has varying heights or levels. Lastly, for the advantages and limitation for story enclosure method is story enclosure method is detailed and consider full enclosed volume, and it is also useful for buildings with multiple stories and complex form. For the limitation for this method is it needs more design information to calculate it accurately and more time consuming and harder to apply in early design stage. Next, for the application to a provided project scenario, we use method floor area method for this scenario. From the appendix 2, the total area given is 1,505 square feet. So the first step is we convert the square feet into the square meter. So 1 square meter is equals to 10.764 square feet. So the total floor area in meters square is 139.84 meters square. And then we apply standard cost rate. We assume the cost rate is 1,500 per meter square. It is typical for single-story residential building. So the estimate cost will be 139.84 meters square multiplied by the rate cost RM 1,500, and so the estimate project cost will be 209,760 ringgit. Then the reliability of the estimate. This estimate is a rough guide and its reliability depends on several factors. The first factor is location. Remote or urban sites may have different labor, transport, and material costs. And then the next factor is inflation. Price may rise due to market change, especially for cement, steel, fuel, and others. The next factor will be material and design. Material and design choice. Premium material or custom design can increase the actual cost. And then the factor we consider is site condition, slope land, poor soil, or difficult access can also add total cost of the project. And the last factor we consider is construction method. The prefabrication or the traditional methods also may influence the pricing cost. Therefore, while this estimate is suitable for early stage planning, the detailed estimate is also needed later when drawing specification and material selection are confirmed. So in conclusion, the floor area method was used to estimate the cost of the house based on the total area, resulting in an approximate cost will be 209,760 ringgit. This method is helpful during the early stage of a project to plan budgets and make quick decisions. To improve the accuracy of approximate estimating, it is recommended to use update cost data, consider factors like location and material prices, choose the right methods for the project type, compare with similar past projects, and involve experienced cost consultant in the planning process. I think that's all from me. Thank you for your attention.